Hello and welcome to the daily openings with Games Repository. We're looking at Journey into Next, so let's open it up and have a look. I might have got overexcited and opened that one after the last one that we opened up. So we're going to look at drafting and all those pretty gorgeous things. Grim Guardian, 3-drop for a 1/4. Enchantment lands battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. That is pretty damn sexy for a 3-drop for a defender of a 1/4, and then every time an enchantment enters the battlefield, your opponent loses 1. That is brilliant, especially with token generation or something like that. That's gorgeous. Market Festival, we've opened this one before. I like that, I enjoy that, and that's probably going to go into one of my decks. Eagle of the Watch, Flying Vigilance, 3-drop for a 2/1. That's another sexy one. 3-drop for 2/1 flying and vigilance, so you can swing in for the attack and then you've got in for your defense as well, especially with the enchantments that will buff creatures, that you could make him 4/3 quite easily. Cruel Feeding, Strive, any number of target creatures get +1/+0 and gain lifelink until end of turn. That's pretty brilliant for a 1 to make something big. Gain lifelink is pretty cool. Star Grove Dance, we've looked at this one before. That's a 2-drop for basically a 2/2. They've done this kind of thing before. You don't have to go for that one. You can make him a 1/1 and then buff up one of your other creatures if you want to. Than's Devour. It's another good one that we've looked at already. Flame Speaker's Will. Enchant creature you control. Enchant creature gets +1/+1. Whenever enchant creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Will, and if you do, destroy target artifact. That's cool. That's the buffing up, like I said before. That's an extra enchantment, so that gives other creatures things that bump off when you play an enchantment. And you can also sack it out later on to destroy an artifact, so that is a really useful card when playing red. Mortal Obstance, enchant creature you control. Enchant creature gets +1/+1. Whenever enchant creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Mortal Obstance. If you do, destroy target enchantment. Once again, that's very similar to the red card we just looked at, but it's enchantment removal. Very useful. A lot of these cards are very useful. I've been saying this a lot with these decks. Put 2/2/3 red Minotaur creature tokens onto the battlefield with haste. So it's a 5-drop for 2/2/3s, and they've got haste. And they're creatures. They're not creature enchantments though, which would be the only drawback. That if you had that as well in this, it would make it really good. Triton Shore Stalker. That's a 1-drop 1/1. Unblockable. That's basically the Merfolk equivalent of the Stalker from Innistrad, and I think that is going to get a lot of play, especially in Merfolk decks, because that's just going to destroy, really. And I mean, a 1-drop for a 1/1 that's unblockable would give you a lot of gameplay, especially with the enchantments that buff it. So I think we're looking at a lot of cards here that would be really useful for draft. You can't really go wrong. Spite of Mogus, so we're into your uncommons. Sorcery, Spite of Mogus deals damage to target creature equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard. Scry 1. Yeah, that's late game. Very useful. It's only a 1-drop. That's really good red removal. Flicks in Formation, we've looked at this one before. 3-drop for strike, double strike until end of turn. If you've got something with lifelink on, that's amazing. Swarmborn Giant, when you deal combat damage, sacrifice it. Okay, so it's a 3 for a 6-drop. That's really early game, and then you can monstrosity it for 2. So you haven't really got it in defense, but it does have reach, so you can hide it back, keep it there, make people stay away from you because you know you can knock something out, or you can wait and attack with an 8/8 later on. So that's entirely up to you, but 3-drop for a 6/6 early game isn't too bad, although a 4-drop for a 6/6 early game isn't too bad. But we'll see if that gets any play. The rare Mana Confluence. Land. Tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any colour to a mana pool. That's any colour. That is just a very, very useful card. It's a very useful land. Alright, you've got to get rid of the life, but if you're paying early, fast games, that's really, really handy. And then we've got the Mountain and just the Gump. So when we're looking at draft cards, I would say that one is a key. I mean, you get that's a blue, even though you have got some nice commons and uncommons, but I think if you're drafting, I would go with that. Alright guys, I'll see you later.